I want to talk a little bit about the back elbow position during the swing and some of the things we're now seeing in the fast pitch softball athlete that we didn't used to see. You know, 7-8 years ago, it used to be very uncommon, almost I never saw it, where when a hitter would get to the position of connection, that they would actually have the top hand in front of the back elbow. We typically would see the back elbow leading the hand in this fashion, getting to the hip before the hand's ready, based on the flexibility in the back elbow during the swing. I just want to go over to 3 different scenarios and what those lead to during the swing and how to coach your hitter out of it. The first one is when I get to connection, I'm going to show you an example of the direction of the bat, where it's moving when the hand gets in front of the elbow. So when I go to connection here, I've got my hand in front of my elbow. You immediately see that at connection here, the barrel is outside the hands. Hitters that do this will kill the ball. Inner third will go right down the third base line. The ball that's here will go a mile foul. They lose the ability to keep it fair. The other thing they do wrong is when they get to this position, they become lateral shoulder rotators. That's partly what gets them into this position. The other side of that is if a hitter leads with the back elbow too much, when they get here, you'll see you can't see the bat. That's because the bat is behind me. So that means that hitters that hit here have an astounding amount of bat drag, which allows them to really, when they release it, they hit the ball very hard. Usually their power side is going to be to the opposite field when they hit the ball more consistently that way, because when their barrel releases, it's more in that direction. If it's an inside pitch, chances are they're rolling over. If it's a ball that's up in the zone, typically they're going to be underneath it. What we go for is hand, elbow, and hip stacked on top of each other so that I can get to a position inside the plate and above the ball where when I'm connected, I'm here. Bat will be parallel to the inside of the plate. It'll be inside of it, but we'll have this same angle to where if the ball's outside, I just move here, I can release in that direction. If the ball's down the middle, I rotate a little more, I'm there. If the ball's inside, I rotate a little more, I'm at that good angle, but that's when the hand gets under the elbow. If you have a hitter that gets the hand in front of the elbow, what you've got to coach to them is lead with the back elbow. Once they lead with this elbow, that will activate this elbow if they've been taught a proper front arm. You'll see better uphill, downhill shoulder rotation from our casters. The inside out hitters, the ones that get here during connection, that lead with the back elbow, you've got to tell them almost terminology you don't agree with. You almost have to tell them to push the top hand in front of the elbow, to keep the barrel up, to make sure the barrel stays above the hands to where they're almost trying to be this hitter. The hitter that goes to this position almost has to try to be this hitter to get here. The hitter that goes to this position has to feel like this hitter to get here. You're just helping them make the correct assumption. But again, we're trying to get to a position at connection where the elbow gets right underneath the backhand, which gets right underneath the hip. If we can do, or gets on top of the hip. If we can do that, we can have our bat approaching every ball from this angle, above the ball, inside the plate, where anything can happen. Once I move here, 3/4 of my opportunities are gone. If my bat's here, 3/4 of my opportunities are gone. Let's make a better decision with the back elbow. Coaches, help them get there.